I've got some fantastic looking new things, colours from Create and Bloom. So I thought we'd have a look at these today and have a go at making a few bits and pieces. We've got, these look like interference powders. We've got Secret Red, Secret Gold and Secret Blue. So that looks interesting, doesn't it? And look at this. This is called Snow Pixie. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So yes, I thought we'd have a play. The other thing I've got from Create and Bloom is this little pot mould, which has got little hearts on it. Now, the one thing I hadn't got handy from Create and Bloom, so I'm going to use a Let's Resin one instead, is a lilac-y pinky colour mica powder. So I'm going to be doing bits of combinations of all these, I think. By the way, not sponsored. I bought these. Look at that. You can just see how cute that mould, that pot's going to be, can't you? Got a little lid, look. Here we are. Smashing. Now, the resin I'm going to be using is this one, and it's from Let's Resin. This is the 500ml kit, and it's surprising how much you get in this, actually. Let me just show you. We've got these two dinky little bottles of resin. It's a 1-to-1, so nice and easy, and it's ideal for, you know, sort of small to medium size moulds like these. Perfect. You know, anything you don't need to go for a deep pour for. You get some measuring cups. You get some little stirring pot things as well. You get a lovely selection of mica powders. But say there isn't a pink in there, because that's what I was after, really. Is there? Let's check. No, there's an... Oh, aren't they nice, though? Look at those. Oh, very nice. So you get those. And you get some stirring things. And, of course, you get some instructions. So let's have a play. Get these open first, then I need to get my gloves on. Now I'm thinking I probably won't get all this into that one pot. I don't know. I might need to crash out some other moulds too. Actually, it's Valentine's Day coming up, isn't it? So shall we have a play with that as well? Will they fit in the pot? No, I don't think they're going to. But let's have a little play with this mould too. By the way, I will put you links to everything that I'm using in the video description, because I know that's useful. Right, time to get some gloves on and let's get some resin out. I've actually hatched a plan. Let's try all these different colours, and I'll mix up basically too much of the resin with each of them, and we'll just keep tipping it in there, shall we? We should end up with like a crazy marbled effect in our pot. Now obviously I'm going to need quite a lot of resin. It is a 1-to-1, like I said, so dead easy to... Even me and my lame maths, I can do that. I don't know if that'll be too much or too little. That's 110 somethings. What's that? Millilitres, apparently. So I'm just going to take that up to 220. By the way, thank you very much to Let's Resin. They did supply the resin for me to make this video for you. I do like the Let's Resin resin. In fact, I find all of their range very good. So that was very much appreciated. Thank you. So some resin mixing tips for you. They say wooden sticks cause more bubbles. I don't know. A lot of people say it's probably true. I just tend to stir way too fast, so I end up with too many bubbles anyway. But the resins I use mostly debubble quite well on their own. And if I really need to, I have got a big debubbling machine, which I can run it through. But the other tips, so main tips really are stir more slowly than I do. I'd say probably more like that than what I've been doing. Get your stick down, right down into the corners, around the edges of the pot. Make sure it's all thoroughly mixed. And you'll know when it is mixed, because can you see it's still a little bit cloudy at the moment? It'll just suddenly go completely and utterly clear. It's going. We're nearly there. I think the problems people tend to have with resin often boil down to not mixing thoroughly enough or not getting your ratios right. And finally, I think sometimes you can be let down by a brand of resin. Some of the cheaper brands I've had, I honestly thought, the same happened with the ultraviolet curing resin. I honestly thought I was just rubbish at it and I'd never be any good at it. It turned out I was just using cheap resins. Once you get the proper branded stuff, it's a whole different world. And the other one really, I suppose, is to get the right resin for the job. This one is quite a nice all-rounder. You can go for little shallow things like this, little tiny pieces of jewellery, up to, you know, reasonable sized pieces like that. Any much bigger than that, I'd be going for the deep pour type resin, which cures a lot more slowly and therefore doesn't get as hot, and you don't get it flash curing while it's in the mould. So use it for the depth, up to the maximum depth that it says on your packaging, and do heed the safety instructions. So gloves, respirators, even if your resin is VOC free. The thing is, we can all develop allergies to all sorts of random things, can't we? Including resin. Even if there's nothing wrong with the resin, that can happen. So do follow the safety instructions. And of course, once you start mixing in stuff with it and using heat and all the other things we do with resin, who knows what's going to happen with it. Okay, let's decant this off into separate little pots then. So we can do these, try these different colours. Now, of course, these are being interference powders. You can actually dust them onto the mould as well. But we won't be doing that in particular today, I don't think. No, you dust it onto moulds and put typically black behind it. We could do that. But these are all going to be mixing colours into the moulds that we're doing today. How many do we need? Dear, oh dear. Right, so our first one, let's get this pink in. This is the Let Resin Pink. It's just a regular mica powder. It says it is lilac. I think that's more of a pink to me. Oops, and it's gone everywhere. And don't forget, unless you're using one of these crazy fast cure resins, which do work for little shallow moulds like these, unless you're using one of those, you do have a decent amount of work time with your resin. So you don't need to panic and rush. The only thing I wouldn't do is leave too much in your big pot for too long, because if you have a big volume of it, unless it's a deep pour resin, then it can flash cure just in the pot because it's just been stood for too long. Oh, I see. It is starting to look more lilac-y now. Isn't that pretty? That's very subtle. Now, I'm going to come back and stir that again in a moment, because sometimes you can get little lumps of the mica rising to the surface. So we'll come back to that in a mo. Then let's have a look at Secret Red. No, that's our Secret Blue. Good sized pots. Interference powders don't usually come in pots that big. The quality end ones anyway. Oh, I'm making a mess. I've overfilled my little pots. Now you're starting to see the blue coming through there. Can you see that blue shine? This sort of thing always reminds me of when I was a teenager. There was that Moonlight Nail varnish going around. Do you remember it? I mean, I guess they still do it, but isn't that lovely? Nice. Okay. So let's have Secret Gold. So this is going to be one of those projects where I basically just lob everything into a little pot and see what happens. Gosh, that's lovely. That is so gold. I hope the light's catching it. We'll come back and have another stir in a minute, obviously. I'm intrigued by Secret Red. Let's see what this looks like. I am putting quite a bit in. I have no idea if I really need this much. But I am going quite generous because they are good sized pots. That just leaves the glitter. Oh, I see. Yeah. Getting it. Now, because I'm doing this over my mould, because I should have put it to one side and I haven't, I'm getting bits of this sprinkling everywhere, so I'm going to have to give the mould a bit of a clean in a sec. Let's get these all mixed up first. Yeah. It is like a reddish, pinkish, it's gorgeous. Right, now this glitter, I'll let you into a little secret. I have actually been playing with this already, and it is absolutely stunning. It's got to be my favourite glitter at the moment, and I'm going to put quite a lot in. Again, they come in decent sized pots, these do. The glitters do as well. Look at that. By the way, I'll show you actually. Hang on a minute. Let me show you. I've just chucked a couple into a little bit of that into an oval mould. And there it is with the black, sorry, can you see that? Black background behind it. And that's one where I just put an awful lot of the glitter in and no background behind it. Just look at those. Right, the pink. I think what I might do is put the pink at the bottom of all of these, or lilac, or whatever colour you want to call this. and then it'll blend, and then blend it up into one of those. Very subtle colour, isn't it? It's like a dusky pinky colour, but it has got a little bit of a bluish sheen on it, which is interesting. How many do I need? I only need 4, don't I? Right, we're just going to let that run down. Keep a little dribble back. Now, blue. So I'm just going to give that another good stir up. There we go. Good quality mica powders do drop their little, little bubbles of mica quite quickly. So there's our blue. Just going to let them sit for a minute before I chuck the residue in there. And we're going to get, where are we? A micro brush and give it a bit of a swirl. Because, why not? Like so. Might actually end up with too much resin here. I might need to find something else to put some in. Got a bit carried away, didn't I? So that's all beautifully mixed. And let's tip it in like so. Again, I'm just going to give it a swirl. This gold's gorgeous. Don't quite know what I was expecting from the gold, but that is lovely. Do I give that a swirl? No, let's just leave it. Let's leave that just like that. Now the red. There's a chance, because that's a pinky colour, and so is this. There's a chance it'll get lost in the... no, it might just all blend in, I don't know. I'm going to give it a bit of a swirl on that with that one, I think. So whether that swirl will show through the other side, who knows? But we'll see what happens. And then we've got this glitter, which is just, like I said, absolutely one of my favourite things I've ever seen. Now, glitter does sink, so I'm hoping, at least I want it to with this. You can stop it sinking, but I actually want it to sink with this one. And then let's do one with the glitter and a bit of one of the others around the outside. We're going to end up with quite a lot of ideas for these hearts while we're at it, aren't we? These make great pocket hugs, by the way. Let's have a little bit of all of them in this one, shall we? And as you probably realise, while I'm taking my time doing this, it does mean that the resin actually in the little pot is sitting a bit, which should hopefully mean that it's kind of sorting itself out, and it might actually be starting to thicken slightly. I don't know. I'm not leaving it long enough probably to do that. We'll see. It needs a little bit more around. We'll put a bit around the edge. Should we try and go around the edge? Gonna need a bit in the lid as well, aren't we? With the pink. I might mix a bit more of the pink up in a minute. I don't know. All right. I've got a blob. Interesting to see how these colours are spreading, isn't it? Oh, they're doing all sorts of interesting things over there. Let's see if I can get that blob out. There's my blue stick. Right, so let's go in with the blue. Get our little pop mould back. Push these to one side for a minute. And we're going to just chuck that in. Yeah, I'm going to end up with a load of resin left over because this isn't... yeah, just... I'll find another mould, don't you worry. Can't be wasting, can we? Right, now let's go in with the glitter. So that might sink down all down through the other colours. Don't know yet. So I haven't got all of the colours in here, have I? Oh well. A little bit of gold on top of that. And again, match up with the lid. We'll have a bit of gold there. Just watching the lid to make sure that we do push out all of the bubbles around the rim here. I'll try to. Give it a poke in a minute, can't I? Yeah, we'll be all right. I'll fill up these and then we won't have any wasted, will we? She says. I'm loving how these are mixing and blending, just like a regular mica powder would. Kind of fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, let's just drop it all in these. See what lovely colour combinations we can get. Yeah, won't be much gone to waste after this, will there? So these are beautiful, these powders. They really are. Here we go. Let's just fill one up with that then. Tiny, tiny little bit left in my pot. So let's chuck that into something. This little mould needs a good clean. It's an into resin one. Right. The waiting game starts. We'll just wait for all these to cure and see what we end up with. Right. I'll be back later. Right. I was very naughty and demoulded all the hearts. So here they are. That's the one that's just the... try and focus here. Yeah, there we are. Now this is the one that's just that red shimmer. It's very, very subtle. I think if I'd brushed it onto the mould rather than mixed it in, that would be a lot stronger. This was the various shimmers with the glitter in. Yes, of course the glitter did sink. If you don't want it to sink, a little dot of transparent PVA glue, and I mean a little dot. One spot would have been enough to do all of these. That would make the resin go thicker so the glitter doesn't sink. But also you could just wait and before pouring your resin and let it thicken up a bit. That would work too. And yeah, the gold shimmer with the glitter. You just see the gold shimmer around the edges. The backs aren't very exciting. Right, this is where they start to get a little bit more interesting. This was the blue shimmer with the pink. You're starting to get some like texture going across it. And these were the ones with the different shimmers. There's the gold shimmer and the, which one was that? I think it was just clear. With the pink. It's starting to do something interesting, look. So when we get onto these ones, yeah, it's done a really quite pretty textured pattern through it. That's almost like a strawberries and cream type thing, isn't it? Yeah, interesting. Those were just little extras anyway, but aren't they nice? Those will go off to be pocket hugs. And I demolded the lid of the pot because I wanted to make sure I hadn't got any bubbles around the edges. And that's come out really nice. It's got this weird sort of where the colours blend and where they don't, and then the glitter did its sinky thing, which has left it up onto the surface here, which is great. So I'm quite excited to see what the pot looks like now. Did refrain from demolding this. I thought I've got to save this one for on camera. So being a decent quality mould, it demolds quite easily. Just needs a little bit of brute force. There we go. And if you've got a pot mould and the inside, oh look. Yay, that's gorgeous. Anyway, what was I saying? If you've got a pot mould and it's kind of suctions itself in, so it's hard to pull out, just grab hold of it and twist, and it'll come straight out just like that. Right, pop the mould back through the right way. Always do that so you don't wreck them. Look at that. That is so shiny, and I love the little hearts and the colours blended. Oh, that's lovely. Let's see if the lid fits. Oh yeah, isn't that cute? That's beautiful. Really pleased with that. So yeah, just a quick reminder for you all then, before I do the glamour shots. The little pot mould was from Create and Bloom, and huge thumbs up for the little pot mould. That's just adorable. Love it. And the colours were also, the shimmery ones were Create and Bloom, except for the pink, which was a Let's Resin one. And the resin's Let's Resin. I've got a discount on the resin for you, by the way, so I'll put that discount code in the video description. And all the rest, I shall put you all the links for the other bits and pieces, such as the mould and these beautiful shimmery colours. Look at that blue shimmer and the gold shimmer. Oh, don't forget the glitter. That was from Create and Bloom as well. That just looks absolutely lovely, doesn't it? Well, if you like this video, folks, I'm going to do a few more Valentine's Day themed videos coming up. And let me just show you the moulds that will be in the next video. Bear with. Look at that. It's a whopper. And yes, it's a Moulds and Shapes mould. So if you want to see what I do with this one, look out for a video coming soon. In the meantime, YouTube thinks you'll like the one that's going to pop up here any minute now. So I'll see you over there.
Coffee rings on the cutting mat. Morning sun on a tangled thread.